My taste buds don't even know how to process this right now. It doesn't know how to process it. Good morning and happy Saturday vlog. Welcome back to my channel. To those of you that are new here or coming back and just need a reminder, my name is Jacoby, or Co if you're into that, and you are watching a girl in her 20s just trying to make it into her 30s with her sanity and her sense of self. As you can see, I am up and at 'em, the early bird getting the worm this morning. If you watched my vlog last week or are pretty much anywhere here in the South this past weekend, you know that there was a pretty bad snowstorm that happened, leaving a lot of ice and snow on the roads that we do not have the infrastructure to deal with. So the roads have been icy and pretty much unnavigatable, if that's a word, for the past week, which means that I'm at a groceries, everybody's at a groceries. So I wanted to make sure that I got out early so that I could get what I needed and be back home before the crowd started. I started off at Sam's Club at 8 a.m. sharp, went to Walmart, and then I came to Aldi. Did not forget my quarter this time. Okay, vlog, so I just got done with my grocery shopping and pulled up at the gym. Really glad that I went ahead and got my grocery shopping out of the way, because I can tell now, like, it's a lot more people out and the stores are probably going to be a madhouse. I was really debating on whether or not I was going to come here first or take my groceries and stuff home first, but I really did want to come to my gym and do a little workout really quick. What I will probably do is go in here, do my actual workouts, and then go home and do my cardio in my apartment gym, because I'm even though it is below freezing out here, I do still have groceries in the trunk. I think that they will be fine, but I don't want to chance it too much. So yeah, I'm finna go in here, get my little workout on, and I will check back in with you all once I am headed home. Yet another circumstance of the snowstorm that came through this past weekend was me not being able to make it into my usual gym for the majority of this past week. Luckily, we do have a fitness center / apartment gym at my complex, so I was able to stay on track and get some workouts in. And I actually worked out in the morning this past week. I was working remotely due to the road conditions, so I took that as an opportunity to experiment with morning workouts. Since I am already in the habit of waking up at 5 a.m., it was not too hard of an adjustment to make. However, by the time I got ready, got over to the gym, worked out, walked back to my apartment, those 2 minutes, showered and ate breakfast, it was already 8 o'clock. So I highly doubt that it's something that I will be able to keep up with my commute to work and the commute to and from the gym, but it was definitely refreshing and a nice change. This is also actually the first time in a while that I've been to the gym on a Saturday, which I really miss my Saturday workouts. Just with the holidays that just passed and just all the craziness and busy weekends I've had, I have not been able to make it to the gym on a Saturday. So I'm definitely glad that I was able to make it into my gym today and, have a quick workout, and as always, take my pictures before I head out. I could have never imagined that even a week later there would still be so much snow and ice on the ground. Even as I'm recording this voiceover, there's still ice and snow in places. But once I was finally able to get upstairs safely, I went ahead and put my groceries up and then got ready to head over to do my cardio in my apartment gym. But first, I did want to try out this different type of turkey that I got from Sam's. I usually get the honey turkey, but since I was doing pinwheels this week for lunch, I decided to try the pepper turkey. And I also had me a little piece of this dried mango, which is very addictive, which we'll talk about here in just a minute. I will usually do about an hour of cardio on a Saturday, but since I've been out and about all morning and I'm actually starving, I decided to just do a cute 30-minute mile and then come home and take a shower. Okay, y'all, I'm finally back home and settled. As y'all can see, I've already gotten showered and into my comfy home clothes. I'm about to get ready to heat me up some lunch, which would be my first meal of the day, aside from like an orange that I had really early this morning when I woke up. I'm so glad that with the way that the week turned out, I have one last meal prep for lunch and I have one more meal prep for dinner to close out my whole food challenge. This is officially my last day. It went really well. The fruit and sweet potatoes really did help me out and get me through. I fell in love with sweet potatoes during this. I like sweet potatoes, but I didn't realize how much I like sweet potatoes until I did this whole food challenge. I probably had some form of sweet potato every single week. It's so good. And that taco stuffed sweet potato, I know y'all probably sick of hearing me talking about it, but that was definitely the start. Like I said, I was able to try out a bunch of new things, able to try out some new recipes, able to try out some substitutes for things that I would usually use when I'm cooking. I did lose a little bit of weight. I'm not sure if it definitely had something to do with that, because like I said, I've been kind of gradually losing weight over the past couple of years, but I weighed myself this morning and I did lose a couple of pounds, not a lot, from what I was on January 1st when I first started this. But yeah, overall, it was a really good experience for me. It's definitely something that will stick with me moving forward. Like I said, I'm definitely ready to get back to some of those artificial sugars and all of those things. Like, I literally have a list of things that I cannot wait to eat again. Me and one of my friends are supposed to be going out to eat tomorrow for lunch, and I literally cannot wait, because it's so much stuff that I have not been able to eat, just staying within the parameters of my Whole Foods. Yeah, I was able to find a lot of foods that I did like. I'm somebody that likes to have something sweet like after dinner, so I made sure that I kept fruit in my house so that after, even though I do still have, like, I didn't throw away any of like my little snack food and stuff, or like my candy and stuff that I do have here. It was still there tempting me, but I did not touch any of it. I always found substitutes. I actually found these dried mangoes. These are so good, maybe even addictive. These are very good. They literally taste just like candy. Like, they are kind of hard to bite. They're a little hard on your teeth, so make sure that they solid in your head before you eat them. But those are very good. Hold on, my food is ready. But yeah, just finding substitutes for things, finding different ways to, like I said, just be more intentional about the way I was eating. It was a very good breakfast month. I had so many great breakfasts. I feel like breakfast might have been my favorite part. Breakfast might have been my favorite part of this whole food challenge. But yeah, that's a little recap of that. I'm about to get ready to get all into this stir fry. Oh, look at it. She is so good. It's so good, and it's finna be even better, because like I said, I have not eaten anything today. So I'm about to eat this, and I will check back in with you all after that, because y'all don't need to see what's gonna happen with this ball. So once I was done assaulting my stir fry, I immediately got onto some of my household chores that needed to be done. I don't know if it was being snowed in, or my prefrontal cortex developing, or I don't know, just having you guys here to body double me while I get some of this stuff done. But I have been on a real productivity streak. Like I said in my last vlog, I've been just doing a lot of decluttering and just a lot of long overdue cleaning. Yeah, no, I always complain about being behind on my laundry and just things of that nature. So I definitely wanted to make sure I took the chance today, while I had the time, to do some cleaning that needed to be done. I even took a moment to tackle this eyesore of a snack corner that I'm sure that you all have seen in my previous vlogs. Once I finished getting this corner together, I actually took the opportunity to tackle the cabinet above it as well, which was just as bad, if not worse, honestly. Take this as your sign to get up and do something that you've been needing to do. Go grab that basket of laundry, go wash your dishes, clip your nails if that's what you need to do. Whatever you need to do, let's do it, and let's do it together. I'm gonna be quiet so we can get some stuff done. Okay, real quick. I know I said I was gonna be quiet, but actually wanted to point out that one of the main reasons why I definitely needed to go through this cabinet was because I bought corn today while I was out for my backup soup that I plan to make, since my HelloFresh order did not end up coming in. And I had 2 cans of corn already up there. So again, well overdue. Finally sitting down. I'm about to have the final meal of my whole food challenge, which is this baked catfish with Cajun seasoning on some overcooked, admittedly, mashed potatoes and some Brussels sprouts, since I ran out of the broccoli and cauliflower that I was having with this meal. Like I said, it was a very good experience for me. I think that I'll definitely adopt some things. Like, there are definitely some things that I'm going to implement, and some recipes that I'm going to keep from that. I'm about to dig all into this. I may have me a sweet treat at midnight just to celebrate, because like I said, the fruit, it did what it needs to do, but sometimes you just need an artificial sugar, and I'm kind of craving it. So I'm about to get ready to, I want to watch Moonlight. I heard that, well, first of all, I've been watching Freeform since earlier. Freeform has been feeding my inner child so well today. Big Hero 6 just went off, which is like my top 3, one of my top 3 favorite Pixar movies, and now Monsters Inc. is on, and Monsters University is gonna come on after that. But yeah, I really want to watch Moonlight. I've been hearing a lot about that movie, and I actually saw one of the main actors who was in Hidden Figures, and I was like, oh, I've never watched that movie. I've heard such great things. It's honestly crazy that I haven't watched it at this point. I really want to watch that, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get into the HBO Max. So if not, I don't know what I'm gonna watch. But either way, I'm finna eat this, watch something, just kind of decompress, and I will see y'all maybe at midnight, and if not, I will see y'all in the morning. Okay, y'all, it is a little bit after midnight now. I have been sitting here reading Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan. Again, I am loving this book so far. I just got to the part where Josiah is in therapy, and he is about to tell the story of what happened the night that Yasmin asked him for a divorce. And I'm literally on the edge of my seat. Like I said, this writing, I've heard the hype about Kennedy Ryan, but I'm starting to I've been understanding. The first couple chapters she had me hooked. I have so many feelings already about this book. Me and Josiah kind of into it right now, but he seemed like he finna actually try to do something in therapy. So I'm really excited to see kind of where that goes. Anxious to see what happened the night she asked him for a divorce. I will keep y'all updated on when I finish it. This is how far I've made it. I think I started, I don't know if y'all can see my little bookmark in there. I think, when did I start this book? I started it on Friday, I want to say. That's how far I've gotten. I'm kind of a slow reader. I know some people be flying through books. They be reading multiple books in a month, and I'm gonna try to get to that point this year. But yeah, I'm flying through this, so we will see. Again, it is now after midnight, which means this is officially the end of my whole food challenge, Whole Food January, which was, first of all, another thing off of my vision board, so another check for me to celebrate. I am going to have a celebratory peach ring. This is to health, to trying new things, to my soulmate, sweet potatoes, and last but certainly not least, to Black History Month. Happy Black History Month, y'all. My taste buds don't even know how to process this right now. It doesn't know how to process it. With that, I will bid you all a good night. I will see you lovely, lovely people in the morning. Good night. Good morning, vlog. It is a little bit before 8 o'clock. I'm getting up to have me some breakfast. I'm having my, just a little blast from the past, a little yogurt bowl with some Yicky Strawberry Greek yogurt, some Catalina Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and some strawberries. Now, y'all, I ain't even gonna lie. Since today is the first day that I'm off my whole food challenge, I was plotting on a lot of stuff today, honestly. Like, but specifically some French toast sticks this morning. But first of all, I don't feel like getting out this early, and it's, you know, obviously freezing outside. But also, I am going out to lunch with Meek later, so yeah, I decided against that and to have this because I did also miss my Catalina Crunch yogurt bowl. So I'll probably finish up, work on my closet some this morning once I get done with this until it's time for me to go to lunch. Because I did pretty much most of my cleaning yesterday. I might clean my bathroom, you know, just get some last couple things done. And then after I go out to lunch with Meek, I'm gonna come home and get started on my meal prep and everything. So yeah, I'm about to eat my breakfast and then we are going to go get ready. Though you may not be able to tell from this clip, I was actually able to get a decent amount done with my closet before I had to stop to get ready. I just have so many clothes, and even though I got rid of a lot, there's still a lot in there. I was able to weed out a lot of the clothes that either don't fit or just don't really resonate with me, or I don't really wear anymore. On top of the heaps and heaps of clothes that I have in this closet, despite never feeling like I have anything to wear or anything that fits, I also have my linens, some shoes, some hats, my pajamas. It's just a lot of miscellaneous stuff in this closet, so I definitely wanted to make sure that I came in here and organized it, and again, just made it look like a sane person lived here. When I was picking up my outfits, I came to a bit of a crossroads between which shirt to wear under my sweater. I initially wanted to go with the brown. That was my first choice. My fashion consultant actually said that she liked the green better, but of course I had to try on them both to see how I really felt when the fit was put together. I ultimately did end up going with the green, so I guess she was right. But let me know what y'all think. Shortly after I finished getting ready, Meek texted me letting me know she was downstairs. So me, her, and Becky headed over to get some lunch. Me and her had been plotting on some Longhorn Steakhouse, so that is where we went, where we put a hurting on these Parmesan crusted fries that were so good. And then I, of course, had a steak. I got this, I want to say it was a 12-ounce ribeye with some Brussels sprouts and rice pilaf. I have, in the past couple of years, graduated to getting my steak in a medium. I definitely used to be those well done, medium well at best people who just did not understand the appeal of wanting to eat undercooked meat. But I have since learned the error of my ways. However, I do not see myself going any lower than a medium. I personally feel like anything lower than medium, you might as well just walk up to the cow and bite them. After our lunch, me and Meek headed over to Trader Joe's because she needed to get some things. I, of course, saw plenty of interesting things in here that I like these flowers I did not get. But there were so many things that I saw in here. I got some more mango chunks. I don't know, last week with my dried mangoes, I've just really been into mangoes. I also got some pomegranate seeds and this chicken salad to try. Speaking of dried mango, I did find this dried mango in Trader Joe's, so of course I had to get that. And then I just saw a bunch of really interesting looking things like this heart-shaped pasta, these protein pancakes, and just a couple of things. I did not get all of these, but they did look very interesting. The last thing I got were these 2 probiotic sodas. Yeah, thank you. Look, y'all. Jamaica made me spend all my money. Mika made me spend more of my money. Jamaica can maybe spend more of my money on the beignets and brew.
This new beignet and brew place opened up in my neighborhood probably a few months ago. I actually tried it close to the time that they opened. I picked up some for a funder visit that I had coming up, and I did not get to try the flavor that I wanted, so I made sure that I got the Nutella beignets, which were really good, and Meek got the turtle, which were also so buzz.
They is fire.
Alright, let's get back to work. Once I got home, rested my feet for a bit, watched a little bit of the Grammys, and heated up the rest of my steak for dinner. I immediately got back started on my closet. At this point, I was really just getting to the things on hangers. Earlier, I had been working on the things in those little organizers and folded up on shelves. I actually went through my bottoms a couple of weeks, maybe a couple of months ago, so I probably need to do that again now, but I focused on going through my dresses and some tops that I had. I definitely wanted to make sure, instead of just looking at the sizes, making sure that I tried things on to see how they fit. I did end up getting rid of a decent amount of stuff, especially my dresses, some of which I was kind of sad to let go of, but others it was long overdue. They should have been gone probably years ago. Here you will see all of the things that I got rid of. Everything in boxes is going to be donated, and then the trash bag is just things that weren't even worth passing on. Again, there are still so many things in here, so I'll probably have to do this again in a couple months.
Alright vlog, it is now a little bit after 11 o'clock. I'm finally winding down for the night. I just got out the shower. I ended up eating the rest of my steak from earlier for dinner. I already showed you all what I was able to get done with my closet. It was a pretty good and another productive weekend. It has been so long overdue for me to go through my closet and kind of comb through and get rid of some stuff. And like I said, y'all can see all the stuff over here that I was able to get rid of. Some of that stuff I'm going to donate. Some of them I have a specific thing I'm going to do with. So yeah, it was a very good weekend, and I'm expecting to have another good weekend next weekend because it will be Galentine's. I'll actually be hosting some of my friends over to have a Galentine's party here, which I'm really excited about. So be sure y'all come back next week to see what goes down with that. I'm actually going to end the vlog here for tonight. I'm about to get ready to journal and head off to bed because I have to work in the morning, of course. But as always, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you leave me a like, leave me a comment, let me know what you liked, and if you like me, then you could just subscribe and come back next time I post a video. Again, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.